The company being Meta, plans to increase investment in team building initiatives. Zuckerberg, including higher budgets for offsites and corporate events, and is organizing a large-scale hackathon in July to foster cross-team collaboration and development on its latest models. The only thing they're missing there, guys, is what? Pizza. They got to have pizza parties, right? This is a big fucking pizza party. This is ridiculous.
Lies, all lies.
Hide your kids. Lock the doors. You're listening to HR's most dangerous podcast. Chad Sowash and Joel Cheeseman are here to punch the recruiting industry right where it hurts. Complete with breaking news, brash opinion, and loads of snark. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time for the Chad and Cheese Podcast.
Welcome to the Chad and Cheese, HR's most dangerous podcast. I'm Chad, cursing like a sailor, Sowash.
I'm JT. I'm no longer allowed to wear white, O'Donnell.
Ooh.
And I'm Lieven. Say soccer one more time, van Nieuwenhuizen.
And on this week's show, Indeed are revving up their AI engines. Wait a minute. Is that a sputter I heard? Stanford researchers smack Piemetrics, and Meta says they're sorry. Kinda. Let's do this.
Hello, I'm Omar, founder and CEO of JobPixel. I'm going to talk about two things. Number one is JobPixel. We do short form video content. So if you're a recruitment, marketing, or employer branding leader, you have to do video content, collect content from your employees. You're going to be able to show impact that you've never seen before. Number two, I would love to talk about People Brain Collective. People Brain Collective is a new organization that just got started by some of the best minds in our industry. And it brings all recruitment, marketing, and employer branding leaders together in one place to have a conversation about the impact of their work. I promise you, it's something you do not want to miss. So after this video, you'll see a QR code. Scan that QR code with your phone, go to their website and sign up for a membership. You will not regret it. They have amazing people talking about the best topics you'll absolutely love. Thank you, and I can't wait to see you there.
Ooh, yeah, it's been a day, kids. I've already played 3 hours of paddle. And if you don't know what that is, American listeners, it's just think tennis and racquetball had a baby. And that's pretty much paddle. 3 hours of that today. And JT, I understand that you love this show so much.
I do. Yeah. So you're cutting into my golfing time. Just want y'all to know. I'm on a streak. I took up golf end of last year. I've had 4 whole lessons.
That's amazing.
Didn't play all winter. Just started a month ago. Joined a club. Playing daily, but I'm only going to get to go to the driving range today because of you all, because I love y'all so much. So okay.
You do need to take some time, though. You gotta give yourself a little time. Step back. Driving range is great. Yeah. You, Lieven, have you been skiing lately?
It's been a while. It's been too long, but I'm looking forward. I think it's 264 days before I can go skiing again. Something like that, which is a lot.
How many days?
But 264 to
wow.
No, it's not true because I'm going in January as well. 264 days is until the Eastern holidays, but I'm going in January as well.
Don't you lie to us? Okay.
A bit less, but still too much.
Shit. Well, I don't know if you guys have been watching World Cup, but I do want to say something about Boston and my love, my love for the Scots. Scottish. I love the Irish. I love all my European brethren and sisters. But the Scottish, they are just the most fun people in the fucking world. And all of them went to Boston because their team, Scotland, is actually playing there in Boston. And apparently the Bostonians, the people that live there, they don't want the Scots to leave.
No. I'm in New England. I do know. So I live in a suburb of Boston, right? 45-minute suburb of Boston. Boston is a predominantly Irish town. You know that. Like it's got an Irish vibe.
Oh, yeah.
The Scots are shaming the Irish. They are so much fun. People are having a blast. And the overarching feedback is the town's just lightening up a little bit. It was getting a little too uptight, New Englander. Yeah. And they're just having fun. reminding that like they don't want them to leave. The vibe is amazing. It's much needed. Yeah. And I think a super big surprise given the fact that we've seen lackluster turnout for FIFA and you know, the stuff that's going on in the US, like not in Boston. Yeah. Boston is crushing it and I'm so here for it. And Scots, don't leave. We want you to stay.
Yeah. Yeah. Aww. So Lieven, what's your interaction with the Scots being Belgian over the years? Do you love the Scots? Do you hate the Scots? Are they?
I love the Scots, of course. I met what's his name, Steve.
Oh, McGrath.
So since I'm totally in love with the Scots, and he loves chicken cock, but no, I like him.
Oh, I love chicken cock. I do. I love it.
But I don't know. It's a different world, I guess.
It is. I don't meet them all that often. It's definitely a different world. They actually drank a bar. I was listening to the news, and they drank a bar out of all of their beer. They were like 2 days from actually getting, replacement kegs. They had to call in emergency kegs. I mean, it's just they are. Oh yeah, and a couple of ladies came into the bar to buy a couple of bottles of water, and then everybody in the bar, the Scots booed them. And you could just. It's so fun, and they're not being mean. They're just having a blast. Yeah. So I mean, we're not on shout outs yet, but shout out to Scots. The Portuguese national team is playing tonight, which I'm excited to watch. They're going to play Congo. We won't go on your Belgian land, so we won't talk about Congo. And then England plays Croatia. So we've got a couple of big matches tonight. Have you been watching, JT? Are you rooting for the U.S. team?
So yeah, I mean, obviously I'm rooting for USA, but the thing that's most exciting to me here in the U.S., what I've observed is the way everyone's just embracing all countries. Great example, last week on the golf course, turns out Old Navy has got $30 jerseys for all the teams. And this whole crew came in golfing and everyone had a different shirt on. Everyone had a different team shirt. And it's just fun to see people embracing that. It's on everywhere you go, which I think is super cool. It's wonderful because we don't really think of US as a soccer country. So it's exciting when something like this comes here and you get a taste of what the world really, gloms onto for their favorite thing instead of football,
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is football.
Right.
But it's again, as Lieven had said, call it soccer one more time. But you've got to give it to like the ladies team, the women's team. They have been dominant for years. It's just so weird how the men have not been able to catch up. Over 80% of you watching right now, you watch over and over. We know you do, but you haven't liked and you haven't subscribed. Let's do that. Let's do that now. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and let's...
Is it time for shout outs?
JT, hit it up.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to give a shout out to a person, Mike Peditto. Last year at Talent Connect is the first time I'd ever met him. And he came up to me and said, hey, I'm HR, and recruiting fractional consultants, my own business, building my social following, and wanted to meet. And I tell you all, I do this job for a living, but I am an introvert. I don't like going to events alone. I was sitting by myself eating. And it meant the world to me. I've since watched him on social. And this week, he's just been dropping the most brilliant nuggets of social media, the honesty around, hey, not everybody is telling you the truth. Let me tell you about my failures this week. And he mentioned this stuff and it's so relatable to me. And I love seeing people in our space right now who are making a go for it. Let me build up my business of one model. That's what I'm about, the pro voice. And so shout out to him, give him some love, go find and follow him, folks. You're going to love what he's talking about. You're going to all agree because he's in the recruiting space with you, but let's give Mike some follows.
So I've seen a couple of Mike, and it's funny because you see some of the influencers who always use their car. Right. They're in their car and they're doing, and I know from a sound standpoint, you've got good insulation to some extent. But I always found that funny. Dude sitting in a car. It's almost kind of like, I just pulled up to Starbucks. You know what? I got something to say. I'm going to pull my phone out. It's funny, but everybody does it.
They do. It's a psychological hack though. I don't know if you're aware of this. Same way if you notice people do it in their bathrooms. So there's a psychological belief that when I film in a confined space, a personal space, it's more truthful. So there is a psychological reason why people actually film in these places. You think it's funny or weird, but it creates this must be authentic because they're in their car or on their toilet.
So was it authentic when the guy from CNC Music Factory was actually dropping a deuce in his back in his bathroom?
A little too much.
He did that video.
A little too much, but hey.
Is what it is. Lieven, get us out of this. What's your shout out?
My very serious shout out this time goes out to all those HR tech startups and scale-ups who are desperately trying to become rich and famous in Europe. Oh. And we have a solution for them. So, we have the e-recruitment congress, the 6th of October in Amsterdam. We're going to host an HR tech stage. And in Europe, we call it the Lion's Den. It's kind of a competition where you can pitch your ideas and then you get a professional jury, which is going to give you some feedback. What's it called
Investors.
In the US?
Yeah. It's Shark Tank in the US. It's Dragon's Lair in the UK.
Okay. Yeah. So that's exactly the whole idea. And we have a very professional jury. So one of the, in fact, the founding mother of House of HR, the company where I work for, is Connie van den Driessen. She is still the biggest private shareholder of House of HR, and we're pretty big now. We have a revenue of about 3.8 billion. So it's not a small company. She founded it 25 years ago, starting from scratch. So she knows how to do it. And she'll be one of the jury members. We have one CEO of one of the biggest private equity players in the Netherlands, and 2 more people who are all top in their range. Someone from a marketing agency, someone who is a coach to train people how to present. So these 4 people are going to tell you why you weren't able to sell your solution in the first place to those 600 people, HR people who are present. If you go home without a contract, at least you know why you went home without a contract, something like that. So if you want to be there, if you want to present your company at the HR tech stage, just get in touch with me. You'll find my name on LinkedIn and you'll figure out how to get in touch. I'm sure it's the first step. You'll figure it out.
Perfect opportunity to just get on stage and to get, in front of people who are already investors in organizations, and you get to find out what they're looking for. Any founder that I advise, I tell them to get on every stage they can. Stage they can. In this case, it's even more so.
I was just saying the timing's really great for this, Lieven. I feel like I'm seeing a big surge of people who were kind of over the fear factor, and now everyone's like, F it, let's go, let's build something. I want to start something new. I'm seeing a surge of startups, and that, this is exactly what they need, right? That voice. So cool timing.
Definitely. And Chet, would you like to be in part of the jury? It's like a buy or sell, but
of course,
in real life.
I would. Yes, okay, I love doing that. Okay, we're gonna move along. Everybody, Musikgebouw in August. That's the Recruitment Congress. My shout out is to Dr. Robin Hanley Dafoe, which validates why this is such a fucking awesome show. Here we go.
People who swear, who cuss or curse not at somebody. It needs to be more of a free-floating adjective style. Do you follow me? I feel like your group knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah? People who swear live longer.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the likelihood that our listeners swear, like we do, obviously, means we all live longer. Plus, listening to us probably compounds your longevity. So if you haven't subscribed to the Chad and Cheese podcast, damn it, go ahead and fucking do that right now. And not to mention, there's another great reason to listen and subscribe to Chad and Cheese.
Hi, everybody.
There he is.
It's me, Stephen McGrath. And I'm here to tell you all about how you can grab some free stuff from chadcheese.com. Now, you might be wondering why I'm sitting here topless.
You're always
topless. The answer
topless.
is really simple. Because I've not grabbed my free t-shirt from Aeronaut at chadcheese.com yet. Let me fix that. Right, that's better. So I'm sporting a slightly vintage model here, but of course there are new and updated designs every year. And those are super soft, breathable, and some might even say huggable. Now, what else can you get? Of course, you can get some craft beer. It's not just any regular rubbish beer. That's craft beer brought to you by the data geeks at Aspen Tech Labs. If you're not into beer too much, then 2 seconds. I'm just going to get that. Then you can always go for chicken cock, baby. That's right. Not one, but 2 bottles of chicken cock from the lovely people at Proven Base. Now, you're not going to get any of this stuff unless you go to chadcheese.com/free and get yours today.
That's right. Go get that free stuff. Well, not to mention, we're also going to be giving T-shirts out.
Oof, events.
At events.
Where are we going, boys?
Yep. Travel always sponsored by Shaker Recruitment Marketing. Wreckfest, July 2nd, where we're going to be in England now at Nebworth Park all damn day. Joel and I will be emceeing the Disrupt stage. Emmy's going to be on the Innovate stage. And again, this is a all hands meeting kind of scenario. So if you're a TA leader, bring your entire gang, learn some stuff, have some drinks together, and should be a great time. After that, I'm headed over to Mallorca with my buddy Chris Long, who's getting married. We're doing a stag do prior, go figure. And so my liver's going to need a break. It's definitely going to need a break. Are you guys going anywhere? What's going on?
No summer travel for me, but the fall's huge, right? We'll have Wreckfest in September in Nashville, Talent Connect in New York City for the first time in a while.
Sweet.
It's going to be big. Yeah. So I'm excited about the fall circuit season.
And Lieven's not going to go skiing anytime soon. So does that mean you're going to conferences? Are you on stages? What's happening?
I actually was going to travel through the United States, through the Southwest, but given the whole Trump situation, we canceled it, and we're going to Thailand now.
Ooh.
So
that's a big difference.
That's a big
US
switch.
Versus Thailand. Yeah.
It's almost as far, but just the other direction.
Yeah, I just mean culture wise. I mean, that's awesome though. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Beautiful.
I've been there 15 years ago or something. I loved it.
Nice. Taking the kids?
Yeah.
Excellent.
So it will be different than when I was there 15 years ago.
We'll go ahead and move on to try to save Lieven from that one. Okay, this is direct from an article in HR Brew. On Monday, Indeed launched Sourcing Assistant. It's new AI-powered assistant designed to help recruiters at the top of the funnel. Sourcing Assistant aims to evolve sourcing beyond the keyword query by identifying potential candidates with related skill sets and recent candidate activity across Indeed's pool of hundreds of millions of profiles. Oh my God, have they finally gotten something right, JT? Have they? Okay.
At this point, if you're not using AI on a daily basis, right, you're in trouble. So let's just call that, right? I mean, there are just enough AI tools that we integrate in our life. Enough so that you know that what they just announced, I'm pretty sure I could have built for them with Claude coding. The thing that throws me here is it says, after training the assistant on the search, recruiters can set limits, adjust caps on candidate outreach, who to exclude, and when to stop. The tool prompts recruiters to set daily outreach limits, but prioritizes quality over hitting the daily limit. Recruiters can track and watch the tool's progress and begin outreach to the best, most interested candidates. I lately have been writing a lot and will continue to write about the fact that I want AI in the recruiting world. It can do a lot of good, but it cannot take away the judgment. I'm going to die on that hill. Please don't take away the judgment. And I read that. And again, I could have coded it myself. And I agree there are lots of parts AI can take over in the top of the funnel of sourcing. I just read that whole thing and say, just further confirms why candidates are not going to want to apply online anymore and are going to start looking for different ways to do this because they're going to get screened out. They are going to get screened out based on what I read there. They've got no shot. So I don't know, late to the party, doesn't sound too complex, not loving what it was said in the press release. Maybe I read it wrong.
Well, I got to say, my feeling toward this, JT, and you might be surprised. Okay, you're not surprised. So no, fuck no. This is too much, okay? I'm going to breathe. From the HR Brew article, quote, the assistant, Indeed's AI assistant, ingests job descriptions and generates qualifications for the role. Let me read that again. Ingests job descriptions and generates qualifications for the role.
What the fuck?
Generating assumptive qualifications or requirements is a hiring decision. Mm-hmm. If you're creating requirements, that's a hiring decision.
Judgment.
And if AI is doing that for you, okay, so at the very least, it's shaping the hiring decision and saying, which they did, recruiters can manually change hundreds of your AI created requirements. That's just the most stupid fucking non-scalable thing. Think about recruiters who have hundreds of different positions that are open, or thousands that are actually flooding in that now have to deal with this AI. Next quote from HR Brew, quote, the tool surfaces up matches to evaluate and further train the AI on the candidate pool, end quote. Okay, so listen to me, kids. So Indeed is making up your requirements, then evaluating candidates on the AI requirements they made up, and then further training the AI on the chain of AI hiring decisions that they made up. This is the biggest AI clusterfuck of an LLM train wreck I've seen in this space. I know that Indeed has some very smart individuals that are over there, but I'm not sure what they're doing, because this, again, this is a clusterfuck. If you wanted to inject bias and hiring decisions into your AI, this is it. But from a compliance standpoint, yeah, clusterfuck. Your thoughts, Lieven?
Yeah.
I totally follow. And I wonder, are they going to launch this in Europe? Because in the United States, you can claim this sources faster, but in Europe, you have to prove that it sources fairly because of the European AI Act. As an employer using Indeed, you'll have to make sure you are responsible. So you have to make sure you know about transparency, human oversight, bias controls, about GDPR obligations. So it's the employer who is going to be sued if there's a problem, even though it was Indeed's problem from the start. So I'm not sure if they're going to launch it in Europe, and if they will, they'll have to provide a very nice manual on how they work. And I'm very interested in it. I want to see how the black box work.
Yeah,
not sure, but I think they're coming for LinkedIn.
Well, I mean, and here's the thing that drives me crazy. It's like they pitch this stuff as if that this is the newest, biggest, best thing. And as JT had said, first and foremost, I mean, you got kids in fucking high school that are developing this stuff with the new tech that's actually out there today. But at the end of the day, it's all about that string that I talked about. You have the AI actually making hiring decisions. Then you have this long chain of hiring decisions. And we talk about what's the worst thing that could happen to bias with AI. It's called scaling the bias. This is exactly what that whole chain would do. It would scale that bias. So it's like, why would anybody announce and or use this shit?
2 comments. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. That should be the new trend with AI right now. Mm-hmm. And secondly, and I work with the job seeker. I'm the advocate for the job seeker. When you do stuff like this, you teach them to want to game the system. You're making it worse for yourself. You're forcing candidates to make stuff up, do different things. Like I wish people who are building tech, please, out there in the recruiting world, when you're building tech, think about the job seeker, think about their knowledge level, their expectations. I get that the people that pay you are the businesses. I get it. But you build stuff that doesn't help the overall architecture. You don't think about the grander scheme of it. And
they're screwing the businesses too.
Yes, it's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm spitting here.
We're going to take a breath. We're going to take a breath.
Just the tip.
We'll be right back.
At Shaker Recruitment Marketing, our comprehensive services include branding, talent attraction, MarTech, and analytics, empowering you to achieve your recruitment marketing goals. We believe in doing things the right way, delivering the right message through the right activation, achieving the right conversion. For us, business is deeply personal. Our legacy is built on relationships. Together with our people, clients, and partners, we've been shaping the world of talent for over 70 years.
I think we'll cover speed and hiring.
Did somebody say speed? Then buckle up, boys. You're about to learn how to hire fast.
Who is that?
Veti Betty. From Veti, the hiring acceleration platform. Come on, man, keep up. What's up, Betty?
Hey, Chad. Veti makes high compliance hiring easy. Background checks, licensing verifications, and health screenings, all in one place. Real-time updates, no red tape, and no delays. Hiring managers can move fast, stay smooth, and close the deal.
So they just sit back and watch. Hell, I could watch this all day.
That's right. Relax, enjoy the view, and don't lose the hire. It's that simple. With Veti, it's all taken care of before they can even catch their breath.
Best lesson ever.
Class dismissed, boys. Veti. Hiring as it should be. Visit veti.co to learn more.
All right, here's another topic. This is a juicy one, kids. Get ready because Stanford is in the house. That's right, kid. Grab your popcorn because if you've been wondering why your job applications are vanishing into a corporate abyss, a massive new Stanford study just proved you're not crazy. You're just being gatekept by a bunch of algorithms. In March of 2025, the World Economic Forum stated that over 90% of HR departments have officially outsourced hiring decisions through to a handful of AI assessment and hiring vendors, creating a massive algorithmic monoculture where hundreds of competing companies all use the exact same broken software. So the Stanford team managed to sneak under the hood of Pymetrics, a major screening platform, to track 4 million real applications. And surprise, surprise, the machine is broken. The bias is real and the results are an absolute dumpster fire. Here is, I actually found this video from Lai Brown, who is commenting on personality tests in 2021 during the HBO documentary. And if you haven't seen this, you've got to go watch it. It's called Persona, the dark truth behind personality test. Here's Lee.
The tests are by and large constructed to be ableist, to be racist, to be sexist, and to be classist. That's what happens when you have a test that decides whether you're friendly or not based on norms devised from college-educated straight white men who don't have any known disabilities. Personality tests are useful for individual people sometimes on journeys of self-discovery, but when they're used to make decisions by other people affecting somebody's life, they become dangerous tools.
JT, what say you to personality test or not to personality test? Why is this even a question? I guess is my question.
So this went viral last week on social. And, when you wake up in my world and people are pinging you, hey, have you seen the Stanford study? And then you start to see how people took the study out of context. So what happened last week and is growing is that people who are uneducated in our space were saying it was ATS systems that were doing this. Job seekers were furious. What does this mean? And what it was saying was, hey, this company holds onto your data for 330 days. So if you got rejected, you took an assessment, it held it. If you got rejected from that company, it showed that data, and every other company that is one of their customers has access to you. So if you sat and applied to 20, 30 jobs and they all use it, and you couldn't understand why you got rejected, it's because of the one dang assessment test you took that's sitting in a database for 330 days. That's what really got studied. But that's not how it got explained. It's gone viral, and every job seeker is like, why would I ever apply on an ATS again? Why would I do, I don't trust ATS. So you now have recruiters out there trying to educate people on this. You've got all this confirmation bias going on. It is a mess. I think it's going to get a lot worse. But what I want to unpack with people, especially job seekers, already wrote about it last week, going to write it about it again this week, is it's not ATSs. It's assessment tools. Yes, you should be concerned. I can't stand these assessment tools. I can't stand them because of all the things they talked about. And if you have not seen that documentary, you absolutely have to watch it. Because no job seeker should be required to give their data, not know where it's going, and not know how it's being used. And this is what got exposed. And I'm thrilled that got exposed. I just hate that all this misinformation is now spreading like wildfire about it.
Yeah, I mean, so from my standpoint, if a company chooses to use an assessment platform, ATS, I mean, it's all a stack, right? That's semantics to me. What it all comes down to is, first and foremost, let's give credit where credit's due. Pymetrics was acquired by Harvard back in 2022. So the problem here is Harvard, and that's Harver. Okay, that's the parent company. They own Pymetrics. So have you ever done these game-based assessments before? They are ridiculous. Balloon popping. I mean, I was like, what the actual fuck? I mean, unless you want me to blow up balloons for a living, how is pressing a button to blow up a balloon or pop a balloon? None of it made sense, right? And back in the day, if a recruiter at Google thought you sucked, you still had an opportunity at Apple. Not anymore, because the study showed that Pymetrics is running the velvet rope across competing firms. Yep. That's an audible gasp heard around HR departments everywhere. Apparently, the data wasn't siloed, which means if the machine hates your vibe at company A, you were already pre-blacklisted at companies B, C, and D. The study found 4% of the candidates applying to 10 different firms were rejected by every single one, blacklisted. That kind of uniform shutdown is statistically impossible with humans. It apparently takes real AI to be that consistently closed-minded, right? So for years, these AI vendors have been flashing shiny compliance certificates. Look at our data. It's totally fair and average. Yeah, okay, right. The researchers actually broke that data down job by job instead of pooling it into one giant bucket, and the mask came off completely. A staggering 25% of Black applicants and 14% of Asian applicants were funneled into hiring tracks that straight up violated federal civil rights standards. Turns out hiding the bias in a giant math blender doesn't make it legal. But here's the punchline. That should make every VP of talent acquisition choke on their morning latte. If the AI had simply treated minority candidates the same as the most favored demographic, white guys, then 40,000 more human beings would have been advanced to the actual interview. The bottom line is that when you chase the shiny object of automation and efficiency, you want to believe the sales pitch, and you don't perform deep due diligence like you should, and you're probably not solving for bias. You are just scaling bias. Lieven, you guys work with a ton of companies, and you do a lot of interviewing. Do you have background with like these assessments and things like that? What are your thoughts?
Tons of tools we use. We used to use, and we changed, and we never found the perfect one. The perfect one doesn't exist, but assessments are definitely necessary, and we will always be using them. But the way we use them is changing. It's changing totally. And I think AI is a good thing there. But I was listening to what JT was telling and about people trying to avoid applicant tracking systems. And this is something which has been going on for forever, I think. I mean, even 20 years ago, people tried to avoid the intermediaries, the people in between, the companies like ours. They thought if I could go to the hiring manager directly, that's one step less I have to take. But we try to convince them, no, because if you go through us, you'll probably earn more because we make more if you earn more. We take we get a small percentage on the more you make, the more we make, something like that. So it's always been a discussion. But now something very interesting was shown to me this week. A company which is called The Side Door. So they claim on their homepage the apply button is a trap door, we build a side door. So if you click on apply, you enter in the ATS and you get stuck. But they developed a system, the side door, which just tracks down the hiring managers. And you can contact them directly through their system. So those people get their normal email and just people start entering their mailbox with their applications. Man. They will hate it, I'm sure, but it shows, it's a sign of the time. It shows people are desperately trying to avoid these ATS systems.
Lieven's proving my point. I'm so riled right now. Again, can today's theme be just because you can doesn't mean you should build it, right? And what I said earlier about every time you create something like this, you are forcing the job seeker to find another avenue. So now there's an entire business that's going to shove hundreds of thousands of people in a hiring manager's inbox. The whole reason a hiring manager as a recruiter is for that not to happen. And now that's going to happen because of what they built. I'm so riled about this right now. I can't even tell you, because people like me and recruiters and everyone else has to go out there and inform job seekers like, no, don't do this, right? It's going to get worse. You're going to make sure that hiring manager puts you on a do not hire list because you stuff their inbox. Like, it's mind blowing to me that nobody is thinking about this. Sorry, I'm so angry about this thing.
No. I think
there might be a wee problem, boys.
And I've talked to many companies, Joel and I have during the AI sessions and even beyond that, and some of these RLX shows and whatnot, where companies are really trying their damnedest to make the experience so much better. But yet they still have some of these platforms that they bought years ago, like Piemetrics, that are still dragging them down. And again, if you believe in personality tests, okay, great. But to be quite frank, to me, it just seems like a high risk layer of bias. And I mean, it is what it is, right? I think if we focus on performance over what they, there we go. If we focus on performance over, just what we like, and if they like lattes and I like lattes kind of thing, or popping balloons or what have you, I mean, we really need to shift to what matters, and meeting the requirements and actually performing well is what matters. All right, let's go ahead and let's hit the next one up. This one, you think the last one got you, JT? This one's really going to get you, because this is next level.
I'm going to need my blood pressure checked after this.
Picture this. You got thousands of workers across India. We're all talking homemakers doing the dishes, dusting, folding laundry, cleaning the house, and engineering grads sitting in studios, strapping cameras to their faces. Why? Really? To record every single boring, repetitive thing and movement they do all day long. And this is the kicker right here, kids. They're getting paid $2 an hour. JT, is this a great opportunity for people in countries with little money making options, or is this a great way to train your replacement?
Everyone should watch the video, because I wasn't kidding. When it opens up and this woman is sitting there with this strapped to her head, and she explains that in her ear, it's yelling every time it can't see her hands because it's training the task. She's like, it's pretty annoying when it's yelling, but where else can I just do the normal work I have to do all day, but also get paid $2 just for doing it? So she's genuinely excited, but then when they lead into the amount of people that are training this and how robotics is just such a passion, you fast forward to, what is everyone going to do? Like, I just immediately think to, like, what is everyone going to do when all the robots do all the work? Because that's the vibe that this gave to me. And your brain either goes really negative, or you can kind of go utopia. I chose to go utopia. I chose to think about a world where it just freed everybody up and everybody got to do whatever they want, and everybody had enough money to do whatever they want. Because if I think about the other side, I get scared.
Mm-hmm. And you can understand that, because...
Shall we play a game?
Okay, so the tech overlords call this, quote unquote, egocentric data. I personally call it training the bots. They're literally teaching AI-powered humanoid robots how to move, grab things, and do chores like humans. The money guys are projecting over 1 billion robots walking around by 2050. 1 billion. Really? 1 billion? It's a massive, booming global market, and we're seeing it on the white collar side as well with Handshake, Mercor, and even LinkedIn, who are paying more than $2 an hour. But let's cut through the corporate BS for a second and look at the absolute irony here. These folks are getting paid peanuts today to train the very machines that are going to delete their jobs tomorrow. Not just their job, that one person's job, but people like them in the hundreds and thousands. And I know AI will create so many jobs, but Jensen Huang is saying it. Sam Altman is saying it. They're all fucking saying it. But okay, where? All the tech bros and billionaires who are heavily invested in AI are saying we're going to create more jobs, but none of them have any ideas where these jobs are going to come from, especially broad-based, right? You might have an example here and there, but from a broad-based standpoint, they don't have it. So now we have AI researchers, companies paying people bottom of the barrel wages to harness their physical data and others, their expertise, and scale it to those billions of algorithms and physical robots that apparently will be roaming by 2050. Lieven, have you built a bunker yet? That's the question.
I've seen the movie JT was referring to. And if you look at it from a micro point of view, there's one single lady who's attaching an iPhone or a smartphone to her head and who's doing her dishes and cleaning the table and sweeping the floor. Yeah. From her point of view, this is a good thing because she wasn't getting paid to clean the dishes and sweeping the floor. And now she gets $2 an hour, which to her standards is quite a lot of money.
It's probably a lot, yeah.
From a micro point of view, she's getting better. Problem is, like you said, Chet, this is going to be used to replace hundreds of thousands of professional housekeepers in their job. And that's from a macro point of view, it's a totally different story. So people are becoming, once again, data sets. And the only reason you're not fired yet is because you still need to train the system, something like that. And that's a dystopian view. And I totally agree with JT. We have to keep positive and we have to look at the utopian view. But I'm also a bit scared about those jobs. Which jobs are being created? Like Chad said, those people are heavily invested. So they have to keep up the show, and the show must go on. But I haven't seen many new jobs yet. They are coming, I'm sure, but I don't know which ones. And definitely not for the people who are sweeping the floors right now. Those people have a problem.
Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, it's a short term win. So she's going to get that money, that $2 an hour, for a very short amount of time, and then what happens after that? Especially if she was a maid or she helped people clean, do laundry, and those types of things. I mean, that's going to be long term ramifications for short term $2 an hour. Guess what, kids? We have Facebook next. We'll be right back. All right. Mark Zuckerberg has told employees that Meta has made mistakes in its AI transformation and its workforce, according to an internal memo seen by... He didn't say anything about the metaverse. He's just talking about the transformation to AI. Anyway, Zuck is pumping hundreds of billions. Yes, that's with a B, billions of dollars into AI as he seeks to reshape his company's inner workings around the technology, reflecting a broader pattern among many major U.S. companies this year, particularly in the tech sector. In the memo, Zuck describes the rapid advances in AI and the challenges brought by the boom in technology. Quote, given the complexity of these changes, we've made mistakes. Yeah, a little mea culpa there, right? And will almost certainly make more, Zuck said, adding that he is also, quote, focused on providing as much stability as possible in terms of organizational changes moving forward. He also said, I don't want to overpromise. Imagine that. I don't want to overpromise because the world is changing in many ways that are out of our control. He said, reiterating that Meta does not expect many company-wide layoffs this year. And I'm saying expect in air quotes, kids, because you know what's going to happen. JT, is this a kinder, gentler mea culpa, Zuck?
No, this is so fascinating to me. Like in my world, again, always bring it back to the job seeker, my friends, brace for it. The moment they were the first to say, well, we're going to cut thousands of jobs because of AI. When the tech world says that, they're always first. Tech is always first. So tech comes out, big company, and says, oh, we're just going to make major cuts because of AI. You just greenlit every company, not just tech companies, but every company to say, hey, look, the big company that everybody looks to says it, we can say it too. So what has happened over the last 6 months? AI is the reason for our layoffs. AI is the reason for our layoffs. AI, right? Now, what did he just do? Mistakes were made. There's probably going to be more mistakes. We're going to correct them, but this is a relic. So guess what the narrative's going to be for every other company? He just greenlit the next narrative. It's a narrative. And it's so frustrating to me because all of these people that are getting shockingly laid off, dumped into the market, there are no white collar jobs for them to have while it sorts itself out. When they get asked back, we all know they're going to get asked back at lower salary bands. So this is also a readjust. They're not going to be making the money they made before. Yes. Right? This is all a big orchestrated, reset, and it gets done by these narratives. So this, if Mark can say it, I can say it too, right? Like, hey, Mikey likes it. If you remember the Life cereal commercial, this is what's going to happen next. This is going to be the next narrative, and it just mark my words. And it is so frustrating to hear.
Yeah, I would agree. Just like when, Elon cut, what was it, like 75% of freaking Twitter, then everybody started going into cut mode. Where's Twitter today? This article, this is from The Edge. The company being Meta, plans to increase investment in team building initiatives. Zuckerberg, including higher budgets for offsites and corporate events, and is organizing a large-scale hackathon in July to foster cross-team collaboration and development on its latest models. The only thing they're missing there, guys, is what? Pizza. They got to have pizza parties, right? This is a big fucking pizza party. This is ridiculous. I got, what do you got? Save us, Lieven. This is too much.
Totally agree. They just realized they kind of broke the organization by firing 7,000 people, and now their employees are a bit anxious. So they're going to try to fix it with team building, pizzas, etc. But I was just thinking, I found the first new job. We were talking about new jobs. AI is going to create new jobs. The new job is junior human AI data trainer. That didn't exist a year ago. So now you become the new AI data trainer. Sounds good.
That's going to be around for 5 minutes.
No. Then we'll be without a job again, but they'll find something new. But I think the future of work apparently is going to be or being laid off immediately or being reassigned to train the AI that's going to get you laid off anyway. So you might also apply at Meta for the team buildings.
I got nothing. This is there's going to be no change. You've seen the different versions of Zuckerberg, windsurfing, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I mean, he's still the same fucking dude. I mean, he really is. There's no change that's happening here. Unless he's part of the utopia, JT. No? Yes?
I mean, at this point, you got to hope they're all going to take their billions and throw it into some sort of universal basic income, right? At some point, we're just going to have to pay people to sit around because there are going to be no jobs. So is it a renaissance era? Do you let everybody go pursue their passions and fill their days? That is my utopian point of view. Let me golf more. hey, let me golf more. I want to spend my day getting a 15 handicap. Let's go with that.
If you haven't read the book Utopia by Thomas More, go ahead and read that now. Hold that close to you and hope versus all the other dystopian jokes or dystopian books. I don't see that coming unless it's forced by government, and the U.S. is going to be the last government to do that. And I know that you guys are hoping that I bring us out of this hole with the dad joke, but I'm sorry, I'm getting ready for the Portugal match, so there's no dad joke today. I appreciate it. This is another great show, chock full of goodies and the meats, and easily said, we out.
We out.
We out.
Thank you for listening to, what's it called? A podcast. The Chad. The Cheese. Brilliant. They talk about recruiting. They talk about technology. But most of all, they talk about nothing. Just a lot of shout-outs of people you don't even know. And yet you're listening. It's incredible. And not one word about cheese. Not one. Cheddar. Blue. Nacho, pepper jack, Swiss. So many cheeses and not one word. So weird. Anywho, be sure to subscribe today on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. That way you won't miss an episode. And while you're at it, visit www.chadcheese.com. Just don't expect to find any recipes for grilled cheese. It's so weird. We out!